But who is listening, for heaven's sake? Who cares? So if you want justice, build capacity. I think that's exactly what the Chinese has done. But like everyone knows, we are far from a fairer world, a just world. Like the U.S. Secretary of State, Mr. Blinken, recently observed, though cynically, if you're not on the table, you will be on the menu. So what would nations do? Just like what China has done. Build your capacity to be on the table. Crying, calling, appealing, begging for fairness, for justice. Like everyone knows, the most marginalized region in the world is Africa. The cry for justice is more vocal from Africa. In fact, there's even no need for cry. The picture of the children in refugee camps, victims of war, victims of hunger, is enough. If appeal to justice is enough to bring a fairer world, there's no better way, there's no better metaphor for appeal for justice than what is happening in Gaza. To make passionate plea about justice, about fairness, about international peace is wonderful. But in my view, for any of us here who has any influence in your home, in your country, in your place, build capacity to engage your people, to have a voice, not only a voice to cry, to plead, but a voice to put their feet on ground and say this should not be. Today, like China or hate China, you cannot ignore China. And for me, it's more important not to be ignored than to be loved. It's more important not to be ignored. It's more important to be reckoned with. You need to build capacity and become strong so that it is not only your shrill voice of pity, you can put your feet on the ground, you can be on the table. Despite how cynical this expression is, it tells us the reality of the world we live in today. The Gaza tragedy should never have been possible. Who has forgotten the invocation of the so-called responsibility to protect? You don't even need United Nations resolution to protect your people if you're strong enough.